All right, we have a no heat call, Sunday afternoon. Beautiful day. I guess we're needing some heat at night though. We have not been here before, so let's go see what they got. Okay, the thermostat's not on, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my little portable thermostat out. Okay. Try to figure out what's happening here. We're gonna put our jumper from R to W, of course. All right, there comes our induced draft. And looks like we got 3 blinks. Sure if that's a pressure switch or let's look right quick. Pressure switch error. Okay. So first thing I do is I just pull these off and just draw on it with my mouth and see if I hear it click and see if it's just simply stuck before I start investigating the exhaust pipes. Okay, so I was able to pull it in by just barely drawing on it. And I could hear it click. I don't know if the camera could hear that clicking or not. That's just the first thing I do in case it's stuck. Still getting the 3. Okay, so it's definitely not pulling in. The motor sounds like it's running okay. So I have seen an awful lot of stuff cause this. Something clogged the flue pipe in the end. A lot of different things, but the switch itself could be bad. I mean, it's possible the switch is bad in some case. So I'm going to stick it on there off and on while it's running. See if I can hear it or feel it click. Okay, so now it pulled in. Now we're getting igniter. We do have flame. So in order for us to really determine if the switch is bad or if there's something going on in the exhaust system, which would include the Flue motor, induced draft motor, the piping, termination, everything, the heat exchanger. To determine that, we'll need to put our manometer on and see exactly what we're getting. But now there it is working again, so that's twice in a row. Okay. So it could be just barely pulling enough to draw this switch in. They're usually marked. And so anyway, another thing is that'll also tell us that we have the full negative pressure or vacuum, whatever you want to call it, that is required to pull the switch in, and the switch itself has become difficult one way or another. But so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to let this thing come on and run for a few minutes. The house is cold right now, at least to them it is. So, because it was cold all night. So let's let it heat the house up while we go get a couple things. And no, I'm not going to forget and leave the jumper on in there. So let's look at it from outside, see how much is coming out of the flue pipe. Let's just do a couple of things while it runs for a few minutes. Now we're back to the 3 now. Huh. Well, let's see if we can get it fired up. I heard it click. Yep. Here it comes. All right, let's get our manometer and take a look at a couple things in the meantime. Looks like the homeowner has fashioned himself a screen over the end of that pipe. That could be the whole problem. Let's go over there and look. All right, that will not work. I am sorry, but contrary to whoever believes otherwise, this doesn't work. I don't care if you got critters or bugs or whatever you think you're keeping out. That doesn't work. Especially not that fine of a mesh. Let me get the light on and let you look at that. And you can also see some dust or something has partially clogged it. So, I don't know what the homeowner was battling against here. It's blown some of it out, burned some of it out, and clogged some of it. I bet you it'll light every time now. That just won't work. Boy, I tell you, every time I see a video and all that stuff flying around in the air, it makes me want to start wearing a mask under here, a dust mask. So anyway, it's burning now. And the only problem with what I did to let the house get some heat for a little bit is when I open this door, burner, fan, everything gets killed. So I should have taped the door switch or something before I did this. I got to get my jumper out of there. All right, let's get it open. It looks like I may be able to get my hand in here. Nope. There went the door switch. So I'm gonna get this fan back on as quickly as I can. And I guess it's not gonna come on by itself. I need to cool that heat exchanger down. So I'm gonna go to green real quick. And red. Oops, there comes the air conditioning. Boy, that thing vibrates. It is the capacitor that they put in there that's vibrating. Look at that liner coming loose over there. I think we had some rats up in here making them a nest. Okay, we've probably gotten rid of the high limit by now. So I'm gonna put the door back on and let the customer turn the thermostat on. But that vibration, that was unnerving. I'm going to offer to replace this plenum. Looks like somebody was reading static pressure. Okay, the homeowner turned the thermostat on and it immediately went to the steady blinking. And I heard the pressure switch pull in really quick, so you know, maybe the screen worked okay when he first put it on, or maybe it was the middle of the winter and you know, whatever, but the air was more dense or less dense, whatever. I don't know what the conditions may have been, but regardless, it will not work with a restriction on the exhaust pipe. That's just period, end of story. I'm not going to bother to do any further testing here. I'm going to offer some other things, and if I'm authorized to do anything else, I will, but I feel like he's back to where it'll fire up every time now, and he's okay. I'm going to offer to replace that plenum, do a general cleaning on the furnace, check this coil just to make sure it's not clogged there, Just basically a full service is what I'm going to offer to do. But as far as the troubleshooting, no heat call, we've got that resolved. He's back to working. So let's go talk to the customer and see what they say. Like somebody had him a note here, the arrow up 0.58. So if that was their total static pressure, that's pretty good. That's just barely over design. I mean, 0.50 is like what perfect design would be. Obviously they read that. I don't know where they did it on this end, if they used the, if they did the total or what they did, but anyway, I'm not seeing any problems with any of that. I'm gonna offer to do a lot of other stuff though. So for those of you that are thinking, look at this thing, it's dirty, it's nasty, it's not really got the proper amount of fall on the drain, several things are iffy. Definitely what we saw in that plenum is not good. So for the armchair warriors, don't worry, I am going to attempt to get authorization to do some further work here. So let's go find out what the outcome will be here. Okay, so as I mentioned when I got here, it is Sunday, so we're obviously not going to do any more of that work today. However, we are going to do a cleaning on the furnace. I'm going to check his other furnace for him. Going to replace the return plenum on this one. Take a look at the coils inside and out and bring all of the service up to date. The reason for calling us instead of the regular service people that have been coming supposedly twice a year, it seems to me like somebody would have seen that over the flue pipe and got rid of that for him. But anyway, instead of calling them, he had started to become, not as satisfied with them, and so he just tried somebody else. And then plus, that's what he said. But I think maybe whoever answered the phone and would come out on the weekend might be what got us in the door. But either way, we're gonna address some of those issues. I did show him a few clips out of the video. We use these videos for a lot of things, and that's another thing. I can show the customer what I see. So showed him inside the return plenum, showed him inside the furnace, and obviously showed him the screen that we took off. And anyway, so I may do a follow-up video, I may not. I'm not sure if I'll be able to come along and be part of that work, but we're going to get it done in the next week or two. We got one more today, so let's keep moving. Thanks for watching.